Shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves, or families losing their wealth in 3 generations, is a well-known and unsolved business problem. To our knowledge, as of today, there is very little data available covering high net worth families. This means that decisions are taken relying on common sense, anecdotal evidence, and personal experience, and possibly explaining the massive loss of wealth over time. We are well positioned to generate quality data at scale from well-off families. This opens the door for data-driven support, protecting family wealth, and is the subject of this video. We have identified our target population as families with a net worth in the range of 5 to 50 million, meaning that they have the need, but not necessarily the means to protect their assets using a fully fledged external family office. According to our estimates, there are around 350,000 families in Switzerland in this segment, and around 3.5 million if you add France and Germany. Within the context of machine learning, a population of only 1,000 is already sufficient to generate meaningful insights. Up next, we will address how to encourage families to collect and to share their data. We commercialize a consumerized family office software package with 4 important enablers. It offers the broadest functionality of any family office software on the market, thus providing the broadest choice of data elements for analysis. Priced at around €500, it is affordable for everyone. It runs on top of Evergreen Office 365 and is easy to install and is easy to run. There is no bookkeeping involved, yet high-quality financial statements are produced. With a focus solely on families, there are no enforceable legal or compliance issues. There is one common way of working, producing comparable data for analysis. I will make a short stop here, so we can see how a family manages its administration on a daily basis.
There are 3 dimensions capturing the documents, costs, and revenues of the family. The first dimension is the module, representing a domain such as insurance, personnel, or household operations. The second dimension is a cost or revenue center and is shown on the left of the screen of each module. Depending upon the module, this will be a person, a residence, an insurance policy, or other. The third dimension is the cost or revenue type and is represented on the right side of the screen. The financial statements are generated directly off the data in the modules, and there is no need for journal entries. In this example, we see how an incoming invoice is registered. The source document is acquired from a PDF or from a scanner. IBAN, supplier reference, and amount are automatically recognized. The valid combinations of modules, cost centers, and cost types are automatically maintained by the software. The appropriate allocation is selected from the list and will ensure appropriate posting. Once the missing data elements are entered, the processing of the document is complete. Periodically, the list of invoices due is reviewed, and electronic bank instructions for payment are generated. During posting, all the information, including supporting documents, is transferred to the destination module, providing the data for analytical insights and decision-making.
The software runs locally, with no data in the cloud. To be able to analyze the data, access must explicitly be granted by the family. Requesting access to highly private data, even in anonymized format, requires a strong incentive. In this demo, we see how the family can benefit from sharing information and at the same time enrich the central repository.
The financial statements include 16 key household ratios developed by Griffith. It is one of the few studies focusing on the financial health of families, rather than that of corporations. A family, by sharing its ratios, can request a benchmark against a representative population. A first indication of good financial health is suggested by the indicators which can be seen to be mostly in the right percentiles of the benchmark.
While all of this is already powerful, the ambition is to move into uncharted territory, which will require data points from a larger population. Regardless, the behavior and outcomes are expected to be close to what is presented here, with tremendous business value. Let's have a look at the principles of operation based on the assumption that a population of 1,000 or more well-off families has shared their financial ratios.
During benchmarking, a number of data elements are sent to the backend server. First, there is a unique and anonymous identifier assigned to every installation of the software. Its key function is to be able to follow the evolution of the indicators of the same family over time. Then, there are 4 non-financial data elements: the calendar year, the main country of residence, the household composition, and the Myers-Briggs profile of the main financial decision-maker in the family. The 5th data element represents the all-important family's net worth, followed by the 16 Griffith household ratios. From the shirt sleeve to shirt sleeves pattern, we know that 90% of the families will eventually see their net worth evaporate. With the data at hand, our main quest is to look for clues in this massive amount of data that explain what combination of values predict success or failure, and what are the potential recommendations to drive sustainable and predictable growth. Machine learning can help identify clusters of families that exhibit similar traits and behaviors. We expect to see between 4 and 7 clusters, with 2 out of the 3 main differentiating variables to represent to some extent the notion of rags to riches and a cautious versus risky profile. Based on the underlying values, we are able to define so-called relatable stereotypes and position each family in their respective cluster. To close this short demo, we will see how the software can support the family with the analysis. At the bottom of the screen, 7 stereotypes represent the clusters of families. The green dot represents the current position of the family, which is the closest to the stereotype, steadily moving forward. When hovering over a cluster, on the right side the detail is shown, including observed movements of families between clusters over time, and, with caution, possible courses of action, to avoid gliding towards a less desirable cluster. Finally, the family can observe its own movements over time and appreciate how destiny, to a certain degree, can be in its own hands.
There are thousands of families in need of fact-based, data-driven advice. We have the technology and capability to provide the backbone for that. We also know that reaching the required speed and scale is beyond us, and a strong provider of financial services is required for that. If you can be that partner, contact us, and we will be looking forward to discussing the best way forward for an exciting journey together. Thank you, and bye for now.